All right, you're looking live at the Chapter 8/9 practice test with me, your host, Mr. Goldman. Let's get right to it. As alluded to in some class periods today, there is some bonus information on this video, so please pay attention carefully. The first standard, I can identify situations that are examples of random sampling. When Tanaka's friend Curtis lost the school election for class treasurer, she was shocked. Tanaka thought Curtis would win for sure. Tanaka suspects there might be some vote tampering, so she decides to sample about 30 people to determine who they voted for. That very evening, there were 30 people at Curtis's house for his mom's birthday party. Everyone at the party said they think Curtis should have been elected. Now Tanaka is planning to storm the principal's office in the morning and demand a revote. Is it wise for Tanaka to go talk to the principal? Why or why not? Well, the answer is no, it is not wise. This is a convenience sample, which is not a representative sample, right? Obviously, this is just the people at Curtis's house. They're more likely to at least either like him or pretend that they like him when asked a question at his home. Now, the other important piece of information, this type of question will not be on the test. I know. So you cannot worry about it. However, I can compare two different data sets by using box plots. That will. So let's look at the two data sets below, the two box plots below. Tell me what sticks out to you in regards to the ages of Best Actor winners versus Best Actress winners. If we zoom in here, notice, remember, this is the middle 50% of the actors, right? So it looks like this would be the minimum, right? That means the youngest male to win an award for Best Actor was about 30. The highest, the max, was about 75. This line here is the median. And the median appears to be, we'll call that 42. This would be Q1, the first, the beginning of the box. We'll call that 39, it looks like. And Q3 is 50. So we have our important numbers are 30, 39, 42, and 75. Those are the 5 values you need to create a box plot. On your test, you will have to create a box plot, okay? These are the values you'll need. The box portion starts at Q1 and goes to Q3, okay? So the answer to this question is the actors are older, right? We can have a wonderful discussion on like why that is and if that's a good thing, a just thing in our society. But that is the thing that I wanted you to notice is that the box for the actors is farther right, which is up where the numbers are higher, right? So it appears you must be a younger actress in order to win. But again, the bonus information from the video is that these are where those 5 values go on a box plot. The other thing is IQR, not IQ5, IQR is the interquartile range. And we find that by doing Q3 minus Q1, right? So the IQR for the actor would be 50 minus 39. So the IQR for the actor is 11. That will be on the test, finding IQR. Okay, standard 8, I can calculate mean, median, and mode. And already that silly song is in my head. Hey, diddle, diddle. All right, Bonita needs to report her golfing average for the monthly golfing newsletter. She wants to represent her golfing abilities as accurately as possible. Here are her scores for her last 10 rounds. Help Bonita by giving her some information. What is the median? And some eagle-eyed viewers notice that I have put them in order at the bottom here. So there are 10 scores. That's an even number. So I'm going to go to the 5th and 6th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 2 values are the middle, right? There's the middle. We are going to average those 2, and we will get 70. No, hard to say a number and think of write a different one. 79.5 is the median. Okay, that is the median because it's the number directly in the middle of the data set. Number 4, we need to find the mean. So we are going to add up all the numbers and then divide by 10. And I'm not going to do that here in the interest of time, but the mean is going to be 271.2, I believe. And that is, you can tell that that is greatly impacted by this big number here, right? This sort of almost jokingly big number. Yeah, so we have 271 is the mean, 79.5 is the median. Our next question, which measure of central tendency should she use in the newsletter and why? And the answer is median, because there's an outlier. There is an outlier, and the outlier is 2,000, right? You can see the mean, 271, that's higher than 90% of her scores, right? So this doesn't really work in this example. It's almost a little bit, you had to kind of go jokingly high. But we can see it is important to see that outliers affect the mean, not the median. So if there is an outlier, we can either ignore it or just use the median, because that will be a better measure of central tendency. All right, let's find some missing angles. This is a supplementary angle, or A and 84 supplementary, so they add up to 180 degrees. So A would be 96. Number 7, these are complementary because they add up to 90 degrees. So B and 39, so B would have to be 51 degrees. The questions like this on the test will be a little bit more challenging. It'll be, you'll get sort of a little bit more elaborate. So remember, the thing I'll remind you on the video is vertical angles. And imagine these are perfectly straight, right? And we'll call this angle, we'll say that's 115 degrees. I know that this angle is also 115 degrees because they are vertical, right? And this angle will be the same as that, congruent to that, and which will be 65. Right, because these are supplementary, these are vertical, those are vertical. So that's your bonus tip for watching the video. All right, I can draw a shape with given conditions. On a separate piece of paper, use a protractor to construct a triangle with two sides that each have a length of 5 centimeters and a 60-degree angle between them. Please give me one moment while I find a protractor. All right, so I'm gonna do that down here. We'll start with a 5 centimeter line. Remember, the numbers are centimeters. So we have 5 centimeters. I'm gonna take the viewing window to the end there and make sure this line goes right down the base that I drew, 60 degrees. I'm just gonna put a dot at 60 degrees. And then I'm gonna use that to guide my straight edge and make another line that is 5 centimeters. So now I'm going to label everything. 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 60 degrees. Okay, and if I did this correctly, this line should also be exactly 5 centimeters. I did pretty good, right? And these angles will also be 60 degrees. You don't have to label that. Just label what I told you to label. So there you go. Okay, triangle inequality theorem. Determine if a set of lengths can form a triangle or not. Remember, the shortest lengths have to have a sum of a value greater than the biggest length. So here my shortest are 22 and 12. 22 plus 12 is 34, and 34 is greater than 27, so yes. So this is a yes. My two shortest are 24 and 43. 24 plus 43 equals 67. 67 is not greater than 67, so no. And then 5 plus 9 is 14. That is less than 18, so that is a no. So the two shortest sides have to have a sum greater than the longest side. I can calculate circumference of a circle. I'm just going to answer these in terms of pi. On the test, you can do either one. But yeah, so circumference equals 2 pi r. This is a radius. 3 meters is a radius. So my circumference is 6 pi meters. You need units. 6 pi meters are 18 point something. All right, number 11, circumference of this circle. This is already a diameter, right? So circumference is just diameter times pi. So my circumference is 18 pi inches. There you go. And again, you can just multiply 18 times 3.14 if you would like. Standard 13 is calculating the area of a circle. Area equals pi r squared, right? Which is pi times r times r. So my area here, this is already a radius. So I have 9 pi meters squared. Now here, easy mistake to make. Pi r squared, again, I'm going to write this as pi times r times r. This is a diameter, right? So my radius is 9 inches, right? So my area is 9 squared, which is 81 pi inches squared. And notice the units for area are always squared. Is that it? That's it. All right. Good luck tomorrow. I know we've had a lot of testing, but remember, next week there is ample opportunity for retakes for everything in quarter 4. Good luck on your last test.